Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on the alpha for World of Warcraft's next expansion, Legion. And I'm going to bring you today the Demon Hunter Artifact Questline for the Havoc spec. Woo! That was a mouthful. Now, there are only going to be 2 specs when it comes to Demon Hunter in the next expansion. There's going to be 1 DPS spec, which is Havoc, and there's going to be 1 tanking spec, which is Vengeance. No 3rd spec, no 4th spec, none of that. So it's going to be very succinct, this class, and I haven't got a problem with that at all, because, to be honest with you, I think it allows Blizzard to balance it a lot better than other classes, because they don't have to work, they don't have to wonder about a 3rd spec DPS to make sure that that competes with the 2nd spec DPS, and if one's better than the other, people tend to gravitate towards it, especially when it's new. People don't really kind of appreciate that different specs can have different play styles, but yada yada yada. It's just all about the big damage. So I really like the way it's only got 1 DPS spec and 1 tanking spec. So because there's going to be plenty of moments where we're going to have lots of time to talk, because I'm taking you through the whole of the quest chain here. I'm going to start talking later on in the video about the play style of the Demon Hunter and how I'm finding it, and from an interesting perspective as well, how I'm also finding it, bearing in mind that I predominantly play spellcasters and I don't really touch melee. So I think from a spellcaster point of view about a melee class, I think there's going to be some interesting moments of discussion here. Now, one thing that I was really happy to see at the start of this quest line was coming into the Violet Hold. I loved the Violet Hold as a dungeon in Wrath of the Lich King. I thought it was fantastic. And they are updating it for this expansion. So you can see around the place there are new creatures in the prison cells, and we're going to be able to lock horns with some different mobs, and I can't wait to do it. It's going to have a proper nostalgia feeling, which, to be honest with you, I don't think things like time walking bring to the table, but that slightly different spin on it. That's what kind of really tweaks the muscle memory from all those years ago. There's so many things, and I've said this in a few videos now, but I do have to reiterate this. There are so many things about Legion which really kind of blend together with Wrath of the Lich King. Very much have a Wrath of the Lich King kind of feel and vibe about them. But at the same time, with being fresh and new. Not recycled, being fresh and new. So it gives you that nostalgic feel, but at the same time, you're doing something completely different. Now, Taldarth is the creature that we've got to kill here. I've jumped into Metamorphosis mode. I'll go into a little bit more of that later. And then I beamed him down. He starts at only 15% of his health pool, but it's still over 500,000. So it's not difficult to defeat. But my goodness, if he was at full health, that would be an almighty scrap. And once you've defeated him, we have to fly to somewhere called Fell Soul Hold. So I'm just going to scooch the footage back to Crassus Landing and then get on this Illidari Fellbat, which looks incredible. Now, there are different colours of this bat. I've seen them in different locations. So I'm really, really hoping that it gets put into the game as a flying mount. Really do, because I think they look so eerie, so creepy, and it really fits in with the Demon Hunter vibe, really fits in with the Burning Legion vibe. So yeah, come on, Blizz. I'm sure you're on it. I'm absolutely positive you're on it. But yeah, please in the game. So this is quite an interesting area here, because Fell Soul Hold, and you might have seen us looking around the skyline, is actually in Suramar. And if I just jump back to my Alliance Demon Hunter, who's currently chilling out in Dalaran, if I was to pan the camera out, there you go. That's exactly where my Horde Demon Hunter is fighting right now. To the right of it is Suramar City, and to the left of it is the zone Azuna. So that should give you some sort of indication of where we are in relation to each other. So the objective here is to deactivate the 3 wards, which are down the various corridors which we're going to have to go down here. And we will be running a gauntlet. So there's going to be mobs coming up to us at every opportunity. So plenty of fighting to be getting on with. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go back to now what I mentioned at the start of the video about how the playstyle of the Demon Hunter feels and how, as a spellcaster predominantly myself, I feel playing this class. Well, I've got to say, I find Demon Hunter an utter breath of fresh air. I really do. It's quite unbelievable because I've played a Warlock for 8.5 years now. No class has ever come close to tempting me away from playing the Warlock. You know, Death Knights have been and gone. Enjoy Death Knights. Nothing wrong with Death Knights whatsoever. Monks have been and gone. Monks didn't interest me in the slightest. They just didn't have any grip for me that would take me away from my beloved. Demon Hunters have got their hooks in me. They really, really have. I've played much more Demon Hunter than I have Warlock because I'm fascinated by the class. I want to play more of it. I want to learn it. I want to get a great feel for it, a great understanding for it, and I want to take it further. So my poor little Warlock has been left out in the cold a wee bit. So just what exactly makes the Demon Hunter so attractive at the moment? Well, one of the things is, and it's actually got nothing to do with anything else other than Blizzard have done another huge spell and ability cull in Legion, and that simplifies things. Now, I know that simplification and simplify are very scary words when it comes to MMORPGs and especially the World of Warcraft because it tends to be synonymous with the dumbing down of the game. Well, no, because they've kind of got rid of a lot more dead weight. You know, they've really kind of looked into where they can cut things, and some of them have been a wee bit brutal, but you can understand why. And even my Affliction Warlock, who I have played a wee bit of on the alpha so far, even that, with the ability and spell cull, can still get 5 dots on a target and a drain. So it's not simple. You have a lot of maintenance still to deal with, especially with it being a multi-dot playstyle nowadays. But the culling of that kind of makes the Demon Hunter feel very, very compact. It feels very sleek, and you can almost departmentalize its kind of abilities from the great mobility that it has, and the way that you can chain its mobility as well to go into all manner of little places. And there's a video coming very soon about the Demon Hunter mobility and exactly how it can rival anything in the game by a country mile at the moment. But it also makes your fighting style very, very sleek as well, because you seem to only have the one Fell Fury gain, your Demonic Fury gaining ability, and then everything else is just how you dispose of it. So you're not looking at micromanaging your Demonic Fury gains. It's just a simple matter of, right, I need Demonic Fury, here's my go-to spell, bang, bang, bang. Now how do I how do I spend it? Do I need to stun my targets? I got a group of people here. I want to stun them. I then want to get a quick hit on them to get some more Demonic Fury. Then I'm going to IB them all down. So you can make some very, very concise choices about your playstyle with a Demon Hunter, and I really, really like that. As a new player to this class, because this is brand new coming into the game, when you kind of have those succinct choices, it makes it a lot more fun. You don't feel the bloat that the other classes have unfortunately had to deal with for so long due to the humongous amounts of abilities which have just been thrown upon them year after year. So if you put all those components together, it really kind of allows for a very enjoyable, exciting, vibrant new class to play, and one, like I said, that's just got my attention riveted. And it all culminates, this artifact questline, in fighting Veredis. Now, if you don't know who this chappy is, some of you should. You actually got to fight him at the Black Temple. Looked like we'd killed him. We hadn't. We'd just left him for dead. He decided to turn against Illidan and join the Legion, and he got some souls because of it, and turned himself into this little shit. The bastard. But there you go. Once he's been defeated, we can get our hands on the twin blades of the Deceiver, which is the Demon Hunter Artifact Weapon. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Those links are in the description down below, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.